Hello friends, hello everyone, good morning. I hope all are you well. And this is Mokadish Education, and Mokadish Education always gives you new thoughts and idea and how you can develop your speaking power. So I think also English language is very so complicated language. So that's why you cannot speak this language. So today also I am sharing with you some important thoughts and idea also. Now how you can develop your speaking power, how you can improve your brain rules, how you can change your memory, how can you storage many sentence words everything. But we know this. I also couldn't speak before, before 5 years ago. Nowadays also I am speaking in front of you, so that I will say, I will say, listen carefully. Listen. First, I will say to you. First, you some stories you you can read. You can read some stories and 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Then after you you can imitate these stories. And how many times you can imitate these stories? It is depends on you. If you can do these activities, so automatically your brain and memorizing power will develop. So I have read one of books that also say everything is our brain rules. Brain rules how work our brain. But many like of books also law of attraction. So some books help to us how we can develop our speaking, how we can develop our idea. But everyone has brain, but we don't use this brain. So we think so this is I am doing like this, but it is not you are doing. Your brain, your brain will say now you go here. If you listen, if you listen, if you listen, what is, if you listen your brain, uh, what is this meaning? So this brain rules also they are spoken. If you listen your brain ideas, so some also you can some you can change your thoughts idea. So all are people who are people they are doing they are doing their activities, but I don't do, I won't do, means I won't do like them. So I will do what I am I like, what is I like. So then also now I am sharing with you. I will say some stories. You can remember these stories. You can remember some quotes idea. I always say these are quotes every day, every time you can speak. Which are stories? Which are sentences? Which are quotes easy for you? But I have seen so many people so they are saying like them. I want to say like them, but it is not the right way. You think I know this thing and I will say these things. I want to say these things. I will say every day, every time. Now also I will say like a story. How do you? This is English language has more rules, regulation, so many also. I'm also when I started this journey, uh, I think and think, how can I say, how can I improve my speaking power? Then I found it, no, it will possible. It is possible, it will possible if I do this idea every day. When I go to the morning walk, then then I will say anything and I will make videos. Now also I am making video, and now today also I am sharing with you one stories, one not three, four, five stories you can remember. Now this stories name is this, we know this is turnip stories. These stories I have taken from the class 3. I have taken this story I have taken from class 3. The story also very nice, and I also think the short stories, small stories. If you remember the short stories, small stories, then it is your brain and your memory power will be developed. So now then I listen this story. This story is very nice and interesting story, and this understanding. So once upon a time, you can say like this book stories. We say once upon a time there was a villager and he planted some turnip seeds, and turnip seeds grew and grew. You know this, but change. You can change this story your own ways. You can change stories your own way. Then first you try to understand these stories, and you repeat and repeat. How many times you repeat and repeat, it depends on you. But you try to say. So once upon a time there was a old man, and old man planted some turnip seeds, and turnip seeds grew and grew. Well, one day he thought, I want to eat this enormous turnip. This turnip I want to eat. Then he thought, oh, I have no nothing in my home. Then he thought, I will eat. So we have seen so many in many houses. Some we also planted some. We had planted some vegetables, and all our people, they also one of plant, he don't eat. He not they don't eat this tree. They leave it, because they leave it this tree. They this tree grows. This they they can collect some seeds from this tree. That's why they don't eat the tree anywhere like this. Um, we say any planted in our house, in our home. So like this also, enormous also big. Big means enormous means big. And what is this? What is? Then I say turnip. And the old man want to eat that enormous turnip, and he went to the field, like a farm. He went to the farm. Then he pull and pull. Not we have this use pull. Then he pull and pull, but he couldn't pull up this enormous turnip. And what happened? Then after he tried and tried, and he sat down on the ground, on the field, sat down. How? Oh God, help me! And he said, Oh God, help me! Pull? How can I pull up this enormous turnip? And suddenly, old lady is coming through this way, and he said to the lady, oh woman, oh lady, come here and please help me. I want to pull up this enormous turnip, but I tried and tried more time, but I couldn't pull up. Then also the old lady said, okay, I will help you. The old lady said, now you have to use there, we say the or the. When you use the or the like this before vowel, when we get the, then you have to say the. You have to pronounce the, and after all are the consonant, before consonant, when you will get this the, it will be the. So the old lady, the old man, and the old woman, the old man and the old woman, they pull and pull, but they couldn't pull up this enormous turnip, because because turnip was very big, but it is very hard. It was very hard into the soul, and this turnip's roots spread out all over here, and that's why they couldn't pull up. And then after, they also tried, and they sat on the ground, and they lay down the ground, and they fell down. He couldn't pull up. They couldn't pull up. And then after, a boy came, uh, like this. A boy came. Boy was coming in the way. He also playing something with singing. Then they also say to the boy, "Hey boy, come, come, come! Can you help me? Help us!" And the boy said, "Yes, I will help you." The boy said, and the old lady, old man, and old lady, old woman, old man, they are pulled and pulled, pulled and pulled, but they also couldn't pull up this enormous turnip. And after happened, after sometimes they think, what happening? What happening? What happened? But we couldn't pull up this enormous turnip. And what is the situation is not good? And how can we pull up this enormous turnip? Then after they also tried. They also tried and tried, and they sat on the floor ground. Then after some time, one girl, he also he like fetching the water, fetching the water, and with a pitcher, he will fetch. He get, not he, she. I'm also getting here. I'm also mistakes here, but not means it is not means that just you learning time, and I am also practicing. It means my class time. I am doing with your class. I am doing with my class. This is my class, and I'm learning. That's why I will do mistake, but I know. I will say to many of the students, when you when you will do mistake, then you have to do correct uh, in the situation, not in the situation, instant you have to do correct. If you don't correct, then you won't understand, and your shyness and hesitation will grow up. Then you can use. And then the uh, girl was coming, and they said, "Oh dear, oh dear, come here, can you help me, help us?" Yes, I couldn't pull up this enormous turnip, but that turnip was very big. And the girl said, "Yes, I will help you," like the girl said. And now they pull and pull, they start pull. Who are pulling? They also old man, old woman, boy, and the girl. They pulled and pulled and pulled. Up came the enormous turnip, and they are laughing. "Hey, we did. Now it came. Now we'll eat." So then, after all our people, the old man, boy, and the girl, they said, "Now we will help to you. We will help to eat the enormous turnip." They said, interesting, very interesting. "We will help to eat." Now we have to pull up this enormous turnip. To pull up, then it pull up. Then we will help to eat this enormous turnip. Then this story is in here, and the deed. Now also I am saying to you, that's this type of story is very nice and interesting. You can share these stories. Now also I'm also speaking. Then now also I can feel my speaking. I also think my speaking going up and improving. My speaking improving, and my pronunciation also improving. That's why every time, every moment, every time. And what is happening? Then also I tried lots of story, but stories and English sentences. All our English sentences will move in your head, in your brain. then automatically it will come. So I will say, again I will say, so storytelling is a very, very nice and interesting. You can do and you can improve your speaking power. I am also, these are also tools. You can speak and you speaking 100% it will develop if you listen to me. So, so somebody also, and if you think, then I will say another also quote. This also very nice. If you think education is expensive, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Education is not expensive, and it is expensive, but education will give you everything. But so many people, so they also they don't try, they don't apply their idea. Idea means, we say idea means in Bengali buddhi, আমরা বুদ্ধি apply করি না. We don't apply our idea. So when you try to speak, when you try to read, but somebody in these worlds also, any work like this carpenter, any work we are some we use there some tools idea. If I cannot do this way, and then I need some idea, new ideas, I need some new ideas. Then and story, yesterday also I said, my one of guys, you can change only your life. Nobody will, no one can change it for you. So I can change my life, only I can change my life. No one can change, do it for me. So you think, if you think education is expensive, it means try ignorance, but you don't try ignorance. And I also tried how many ways I will apply with these thoughts, ideas, any 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 anyhow I want to learn this. I will learn, I will speak anyhow. This responsibility depends on me. Like many people also, they leave, they give up. Give up means they give up. Tek kora. I will say, don't give up. Try and try. And if you don't try, how do you learn? And this language is very terrible language, I say. So now I will say another story also. This story is also very nice, and also this and yesterday also I think said no, and today also I am sharing with you some stories. Now this story is very nice. Scholar mother tongue. What even this scholar mother tongue? Scholar means some monk. He knows many languages. He could, he can speak many languages. But this is also courtiers. So Akbar and Birbal, we also listen. We listen many stories, Akbar and Birbal, and this story have taken from Akbar Birbal stories. This called is Pandit. One of Pandit, he knows many languages. But one day when Pandit was visit in Akbar courtiers, then so many people, the Akbar said to the every people, they now listen, all are my courtiers, now you listen. Who can find out the Pandit's mother tongue, and I will give you reward to him. So then all are very surprised, and oh, if I can find out the Pandit's mother tongue, the king will give me some reward. And then because after some days all our people failed except Birbal. Birbal did not try it. Now also this time also have come to Birbal, and the Akbar said, hey Birbal, why not you try, and I will give you reward to you. Then Birbal said, okay Maharaja, I will try. And what happened? This story is also very nice. And then one night, when Pandit was sleeping, one night the Birbal went to the Pandit's room and with the feathers like this, means wings. It is called this wings feathers, and with the feathers, and silently Birbal went to the Pandit's room. Then he slowly he went to the near bed, and he this feather with feathers tickled his ears. Then the Pandit shouted out with his mother tongue, "What is happened? What is like?" Also, I am saying English. Ki hoyeche? Like this. Ki. So Pandit shouted out, and Pandit couldn't see the Birbal. Then Birbal went out from this room. And then after next day, when they went to the courtiers, the Akbar said to the Birbal, "Hey Birbal, uh, you find out the what is Pandit's mother tongue?" Then the Birbal said, "Maharaja, I know what is Pandit's mother tongue." Then he said, "Pandit's mother tongue, Pandit's mother tongue is Telugu." Then Pandit was very shocked and surprised, and Pandit was very surprised, shocked, like you can use this shocked. Pandit was very surprised, shocked. Then he said, uh, "How you find out the Birbal mother's tongue? How you know the Pandit's mother tongue?" The uh, then the Akbar said to the Birbal said to the Akbar, "Maharaja, I know Pandit's mother tongue. Pandit's mother tongue was Telugu," and she said, "How you find out this truth?" Then he said, the Akbar, not who. Birbal said to the Akbar, "In time of difficulty, everyone speak in his mother tongue." So in time of difficulty, everyone speak in his mother tongue. So story is India, and Akbar gave him a reward. So Birbal was very happy. The Pandit was so surprised. Then my story is India. Then I also read so many times also the stories like this. You can say. So remember these things. Some important points you have to remember first. Then after some days, your speaking will grow up. You can say your own way, and then you can learn something will. So I will say now also I am sharing with you some some winners like this. I want to learn. If I say winners don't do different things. Winners don't do different things. Winner means they think, they do think differently. What I say? Winners don't do things, don't do differently things. Winners don't do things differently. They do think differently. So this is the you remember. So winner means like I said here, the winner means Akbar, not Birbal. Birbal find out this truth. That's why I say Birbal is winner, and Birbal get Birbal had gotten reward. Birbal had gotten reward. That's why winner like this. Birbal also winner. Winners don't do things differently. They do things differently. So every people like this. You have brain, I have brain. You have two hands, I have two hands. You have two eyes, I have two eyes. You have everything. You are like me. But I try to doing differently. But you are all are trying same things. But it is not this. It is depends on you. But do mistake. It is some mistake. Every people they do mistake, and Then I also found it here. When when you try to speak, then some sentences, some nowadays also I am speaking and how many stories at a time. Then I every movement, every situation. So I'm trying and trying. Now I'll say another story also. Nina and the baby sparrow. What happened then? What happened these stories? Nina and the baby sparrow, and like this I also yesterday said Helen Keller. Now I'm sharing with you Helen Keller. Helen Keller, this also you can remember this story. I will say shortly. Helen Keller. Helen was a girl. Mm, she couldn't speak. She couldn't see or hear. She could not see or hear. And why? After when Helen was child, when Helen was child, then like this, when Helen was 2 years old or 1 year old, he, she, 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 she attacked with a fever. She attacked. She had attacked with a fever. She had attacked, and also I am used there. She had attacked. She had attacked with a fever. Then after illness so high, the illness was so high, and that's why Helen lost his hearing skill, hearing power, and speaking. Also, he lost his eyes and hear, um, and he couldn't see, he couldn't hear. That's why the her family, all her family members, they are worried. They were worried after, and why they worried? Helen couldn't speak. Uh, so uh, Helen couldn't do activities like another child. So that's why they were very worried for Helen. So they also think, and how she can learn or read, and how can the education to help, because the Helen mothers did not agree with this problem, and Helen's mother uh, do something differently, because Helen's mother thought how can become he will be educated, he will be he will educate, he not she will educate. Now also I did mistake here, but I recover now also. And then now also I find out some important thoughts. If I can say, if I say the story now, which are story is very important, and how can you change your thought idea, how can you practice. Now also I am practicing uh, with you. And helen was very Helen was very sick, and Helen did not get to anyone her with comb and dress all time. She played on the floor and with some mud, and Helen's cloth was very dirty. So one day her mother and father, they are decided the they will find out teacher, one of teacher who will give her to teach. And the they find out the one of teachers, this teacher's name was the Miss Sullivan. And they also said to Miss Sullivan, and Miss Sullivan come, and Miss Sullivan how Miss Sullivan learned to Helen. So with the sign language, you say we have seen, so in our how to say who are cannot speak, hand sign, we see the letter word and word. And Helen was very strict and kind kind woman, lady, teacher. Helen was kind and very strict teacher, but slowly after very carefully, the Miss Sullivan gave gave her gave her to teach, gave teach to her. And then one day what happened, how Miss Sullivan teach her. Now I will give you an example. One day running water, when running water going on, the Miss Sullivan took her hand and he gave the hand with running water. Then he said, "Do you know what is this? This is called this water, like you wet." Then Helen understand. Oh, then Helen understand. This called is water. And this story also, I find out this story. It is means, and Helen understand words can tell everything in the world. World can tell words can tell everything in the world. So now also this story also finished. Now how you can remember? Now I will say another story also. This story is very nice. And Kalu, one of the boy, and Kalu and his friend. Kalu means a tailor and his friend. This story very nice and interesting story. Now, why I am saying to you, this also has a reason. How many stories I listen? Nobody listen. It is not matter, but it is. I am also crazy people. I crazy people all the day. I am speaking. I am practicing, and now the Kalu was a tailor, and one of an elephant's name was the Opu. Opu means Opu. Elephant's name was Opu, and Kalu was a tailor. And what happened? They were good friends one day, and when the Opu would come to Kalu's shop, then Kalu every day gave him some fruit like this, banana, apple, anything. And the Opu every day would come to near the shop, and the Kalu gave him some foods. But one day the Kalu did a trick. But one day what he did, and one day he did not gave him nothing. Then the with the needle he pinched with his trunk. He picked his trunk on his trunk, in his trunk. Then the Kalu was getting Kalu was getting a shock, and he hurt. Kalu hurt, and Kalu not Opu getting hurt, and went away from. Then after what happened? Some days, 2 days later, 3 days later, Opu went to the near a river, and he some water he some water he get with his trunk, and he comes slowly. Then after he spread out this all over they spread out all the water in Kalu's shop, and every cloth get wet. So this story also in here. Then I thought the Opu means Opu means elephant. Elephant don't forget. Then this story also finished. But now also I am sharing with you what I say. So this language, English language, very so complicated. I am also getting tired. Now I said 137 I passed with my classes. Then now 7 now what is the time? Now 7:20. And now today also I have some work, that's why I won't say anything. Now also I am try to speak. Then I spoke. Then I spoke many things, and I will say you can use these words. You can tools. These tools also very nice, interesting. Then I will say here. So this story. And I also before said many things. You can do, you can you can speak everything, but you can do everything. It is depends on you. It is possible, but I always say so. Many people so they can try, but after trying, they couldn't understand what I'll do. What I'll do. So I will say story, story, story. If you read so many stories and stories and stories always speaking time, we short our sentences speaking time, and when we read the more big sentences will come to come be we 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 can see there are big sentences when some author and writer they write, they also thought and think will come their mind. But when I try to speak, when I try to speak in my own way, these are own way, uh, own things will help to you. And now I will say some quotes also. When you try to speak, so problem will come. So problem will come. When you focus on problem, you will have more problem. When you focus on possibilities, you will have more opportunities. So don't focus on your problem. Focus on your possibilities. What can I do? And I can do. I can do, and you can win everything. And I will say again this quotes also. If you think education is expensive, it means you ignorance. If you think education is means expensive, but it is not expensive. You have to pay because you lost already. You have lost your time. That's why how you can change your time. Now also I have said so many stories. You can learn, you can think this with this situation you can develop with your idea. So idea will come to you. Now also and many idea, many idea will come to in your mind. So then I hope all are you well and fit and fine. Now I am getting tired. I spoke like 40 minutes. Then I will make video. This is my challenge. I will speak 1 hour at a time. At a time, this is this challenge, and I take a challenge. But today I have no time. Only 20 minutes. You can try, but it will not possible for today. Then I will make this video 1 hour. I am now. Then now this video will finish, and I hope who are you listen. They are who are you listen my opinion, and who are you watching my video. Thanks for them, and thank you very much. And bye.